Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. I'm here in my garden again with my new camera, trying to work out how it works. Right, so I went to an auction today. This was an exciting one. I had actually been and viewed the lots last week. There were about 45 comic lots, quite a few of them from a single collector who'd obviously passed in, I think, because this guy never let anything go by the looks of it. The big bulk of the sales were on Batman and detective comics from the late 60s, mid to late 60s through to about 1990. And there were some key issues there: the first Penguin, the first Silver Age Penguin, the first Silver Age Riddler, the classic Neil Adams painted cover. So before the auction, I had checked the prices before I left this morning. All of those I'd set a price limit on all the auctions, and all of those had exceeded my price limits. However, there were about 6 or 7 auctions where you couldn't see. I'd been and looked at the boxes, and so they just described it as sort of 80s to 90s comics or something like that. And unless you went and looked, you would not know what was in those boxes. Now, I was hoping that nobody else had been and looked at the boxes. However, as the comic auction approached, I entered the room, and shortly after I entered, 2 other guys entered. My heart sank because clearly they had viewed all the lots as well. Okay, so I had 3 big target lots, okay, and I got 2 out of the 3. I did not get the third. So I'm going to show you the two. I'm going to show you one of the 3 now, and I'll show you another of the 3 tomorrow. But I did pick up a couple of smaller lots because the price was right. So so one of the guys there, it's quite interesting. He looked like he'd come off sleeping off the streets. So his shoes were held together with gaffer tape. However, you should not judge people by appearances, because this guy must have spent between £5,000 and £10,000. Virtually every single Batman and detective lot, he was just outbidding everybody on the internet, the other guy in the room, me, and the comics were going for, well, there was no margin in it. If you wanted to resell anything, they were going for collector prices rather than dealer prices, which is fine. However, I did manage to win 4 lots. One of them was because this guy's tactic was to wait until everybody else has stopped bidding, and then to put his card up, say he was going to bid. Anyway, one of the lots that I wanted to bid for, it started at 40. I bid 42. Nobody else bid, and the gavel came down, and this guy sort of shook himself and went, "Oh, I want to bid," and the auctioneer said, "Too late." So I did get one of my one of the boxes that I wanted at 40 quid, which is, I will show you. Is that the one I'm going to show you now? Yes, I think it is. And the other box was I had a limit of 250 on it. The guy with the gaffer tape shoes was bidding against me, but he dropped out, and I won it for 160, well underneath my maximum. Phew! So I did win 2 out of 3 lots that I'd actually gone there to get. I did win a couple of others as well. There was a number of lots at the start of the auction of signed comics. This guy was a big fan of certain artists. One of them being Howard Chaykin. So I did buy. This is an Atlas comic, Scorpion. All of these are signed in the old-fashioned way, so they're signed on the inside cover. That's the way people used to do it before slabs came along. Oh, Having said that, I've opened that up and I can't find the signature. Is it on the back cover? No. Alright, so it's going to be somewhere in the comic, I hope. I paid for a signed comic. Right, that's good, isn't it? I can't find the signature on that. I'll have to look through the entire comic now to find Howard Chaykin's signature. That was a good one. I'm assuming it's signed. It does say it on the front of the comic. Right, so let's see if we can find a signature on this one. This is American Flag #1. Again, supposedly signed by Howard Chaykin. Okay, this guy whose collection it was called Paul, and quite a few of the signatures do say to Paul, and this one does say to Paul from Howard Chaykin. So that one, American Flag #1 in high grade, is signed by Howard Chaykin. I will have a dig around for the cover for the signature on the first one. So they're all signed on the inside cover, and then most of them are dedicated to the guy whose collection this was, is Paul. I now have about 5 copies of this, but it is the first time I've got a signed copy. This is Madame Xanadu, issue 1, and as it says on the stickers, Brian Boland signed. I'm going to assume it's signed. I'm not going to open it up and be disappointed again. I need to rebag and board these. This guy looks to me as if he bought these comics, he shoved them in a bag and then never touched them for 30 years, which means they are in fantastic high grade, or most of them are. We've got another Howard Chaykin. This is American Flag #2. And also first issue of Camelot 3000, signed by Brian Boland. Okay, there you go. That lot cost me 36. No, that lot cost me 60 quid. 20% buyer's premium, so 75 quid for those. I think the Madame Xanadu and the American Flag one signed. I think I've got my money's worth. As I say, in pretty good condition. I also won this lot here, another set of signed comics. This lot is signed by Dave Gibbons. He was a bit of a Dave Gibbons fan, as you will see in a minute. So we've got the first appearance of Javelin, signed by Dave Gibbons. This one I think is probably the money book. It's Marvel Premiere 57. It's the first appearance of Doctor Who in an American comic. That is signed by Gibbons, and it is in mint condition. I think that probably, if I get that slab, that's going to pay for this little lot. Then we've got Green Lantern 172, also signed by Gibbons. This little lot cost me about 100 quid. And also we have got Brave and the Bold 200. This comic's gone up. It's got a first appearance in it that's become a bit hot recently. So Brave and the Bold 200 used to be worth nothing. This is signed by Dave Gibbons, and it is now worth something because it does have a first appearance in it. Right, so those were the two lots of signed comics I won. Now the next lot is a lot that I actually wanted, and I paid. This is the one where the guy fell asleep or didn't respond because he was waiting for the bidding to stop, and it stopped almost immediately. Took him by surprise. By the time he picked up his board to wave it at the auctioneer, the hammer had come down and the auctioneer let it stand. So I won this lot for £46, 20% buyer's premium, so that's 56 quid. So here we go. We've got a bunch of stuff here, quite a few just pay for this. We've got a Jotty. Right, this is full of his favourite artists. So we've got some John Bolton. That is Cull the Conqueror #2. All of these are in near mint. We've then got a whole bunch of The Shadow, Mike Kaluta. That's the first issue. We also got Howard Chaykin doing The Shadow. That is The Shadow #1 by Chaykin. More Mike Kaluta. I don't think these are worth very much, but they're in near mint condition. Nice to have. I quite like The Shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. Yep, he sure does. Here we go. Oh, this is a nice cover. All these are the Kaluta covers. And we've got another Shadow. These are 20 centres, so 20 centre, where are we? Early 1980s. Shadow number 2. This is a great looking cover. Is that Mike Kaluta? It's like a painted cover. And the Shadow number 1. This is Kaluta and Wrightson. Okay. A Kaluta and Wrightson cover. That might be worth a few quid. Right, more Shadow. This is back to the Howard Chaykin run. There we go. Ooh, I think this is the last Shadow. Yeah, there we go. That's the last Shadow. Right. Next up, I don't know what this is doing here. I presume the artist is one of the... Oh, it's a Joe Kubert cover. Mystery in Space 115. I think this was been in the wrong box. There's no more Joe Kubert in here. Okay, we've got some Wrightson. Captain Stern, number 1. Bernie Wrightson, near mint. Captain Stern, 5 of 5. So I've got 1 of 5 and 5 of 5. These are Bernie Wrightson covers. Don't think they're particularly expensive, but they are in near mint. I've never heard of this before. It is a Brian Boland cover. Heartthrobs, number 1 of 4 from Vertigo. We do get to some good stuff in a minute. Right. Remember, I only paid 50 odd quid for these. Axel press button for Eclipse issue 1. Axel and press button issue 1. Interesting. That's Brian Boland. We've got a lot of Brian Boland coming up, guys. Judge Dredd in the Child Quest issue 1, 2, 4, I don't know where 3 is. The Outsiders number 18 in near mint. I mean, it can't be worth anything, but it's a Brian Boland cover, apparently. Strange Adventures number 1 of 4, again, a Brian Boland cover. This guy liked his Brian Boland. Right, now I think these might be worth something. We've got a load of Judge Dredd Eagle Press comics. Eagle Comics presents number 19. I think we think we've got the first 10 of these. 10. That's a great one. That's the Fish. That's Judge Fish. Number 11. I do like these Brian Boland Judge Dredds. I might keep these. Number 12. I then have a comics interview special edition with an interview with Brian Boland and Judge Dredd on the cover. Right, here we go. I think this is a money book. This is Eagle Comics presents Judge Dredd. He is the Law. First edition, near mint. I think that could be worth a few quid. I'm not a Judge Dredd collector, so I'm not familiar with it, but I will check it up afterwards. These are all near mint. Number 2, maybe higher. You know, CGC are handing out 9.9s at the moment. Get one of the... Oh, that's a nice cover. Get one of these in a 9.9. I'll be money in. These are. He's never opened these. I reckon that in the same bags they originally in when he bought them. Completely mint. Judge Dredd number 5. Welcome to the Cursed Earth. Judge Dredd number 6. These were 2000 AD reprints for the US market, I think. Number 7, a dinosaur cover. Is that dinosaur a judge? I wouldn't be surprised. Judge Dredd number 8. There are some great art here. Brian Boland, really nice artwork. And number 10. Okay, here is the money book. Okay, this is why I had this lot on my list. Okay, we have, okay, this guy is a Boland fan, so you should be able to guess what the money book is going to be. it is a first printing of The Killing Joke by Alan Moore, illustrated by Brian Boland. This green here is the first printing. It is the DC logo up here, not the Titan logo. So that is a near mint copy. It is absolutely mint of the first printing of The Killing Joke. I can assure you that's worth more than the 50 quid that I paid for the whole lot. I saw these when I went to look at them and said, I need that lot. Here it is again. It's not the DC one. This is the Titan one. Okay, so this is something like the 10th printing, I think. Still worth a few quid, but it's be careful when you buy a Killing Joke first print that you're not buying the Titan 10th printing. Okay, right, we're back to John Bolton now. I love John Bolton. I hadn't got this. John Bolton High Adventure. I've never seen this before. It is fantastic, John Bolton art. Red Fox #7. I mean, how this guy knew where John Bolton covers were going to be appearing, I don't know. And then I've got a full set of Black Dragon. I do have, I think I've definitely got 2 of these. So some of these will be duplicates. I've definitely got #1. This is a great John Bolton cover. Really great. That's #2. #3, old-fashioned sword and sorcery cover. #4. Well, these are great covers by John Bolton. Undervalued. John Bolton should become the next. He's still alive, so he can't be the next Dave Stevens. #5. Beautiful. Love those. Now the ones I will keep this set because I think they're all near mint. I am a John Bolton collector. John Bolton Halls. Yeah, I think. Oh, look at this! It's a beautiful wraparound cover. I'm not sure if I've got that. I do have one of this series. Right, more Bolton. Alien Encounters #14. Alien Encounters #9. John Bolton cover on Alien Encounters. Fantastic for Eclipse Comics. Tales of Terror. Now, I'd never seen these until the London Comic Mart on Sunday, where I picked up a couple of Tales of Terror. What do I find in this box? More Tales of Terror. These are all the John Bolton covers to Tales of Terror. That's #4. I actually bought this at the London Comic Mart on Sunday. Would you believe it? I've been collecting comics for 45, 50 years, never seen this, and then suddenly I get 2 copies within the space of 4 days. Typical. Tales of Terror #9. I mean, Bolton is up there with Wrightson for me as one of the best horror cover writer. Look at this. Puppet with an axe. And Tales of Terror #12, a beautiful painted werewolf cover. Very, very nice. Right, we're still on John Bolton. This is Twisted Tales #6. Still going, guys. Pathways to Fantasy. I have got this. It's not that particularly expensive. It's got Barry Windsor Smith, John Bolton, and this is in near mint, so this is better than my copy, which I've had for a bit. Right, we then hit a bit of Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson, Master of the Macabre, issue 1. I do already have that, but I suspect this is in better condition. Bernie Wrightson, Master of the Macabre again. Do I think I've got this one? #2? I'm not sure. I definitely have that #1. #3, I've definitely got this. Look at this witch cover by Bernie Wrightson. That's one of his famous. Covers there. Master of the Macabre #4. I have not got this, so that will be joining my PC. Right, a bit more Wrightson. Oh, blip. I bought this about a month ago on eBay. It was a reasonable amount of money, and the one I've got is not as in good condition as this. This is near mint. It's a bit naughty. It's Bernie Wrightson doing naughties. Naughty cartoons. Right, Bernie Wrightson, I don't know anything about this, never seen it before. 1111. Nearly there, guys. Bernie Wrightson, Dread Star Planet M. Clueless. Oh, it's a wraparound cover as well, look at that. Bernie Wrightson, I've never seen this before either. Bernie Wrightson, The Macabre. A masterwork series of great comic book artists. Okay, this one's obviously focusing on Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson, Master of the Macabre, number 5. I don't think I've got this one either. Right, then we've got a run of, in the signed comics, you saw Camelot 3000, number 1. Well, I've got the rest of them here. He obviously took the number 1 out of his set that he had of Camelot 3000. These are all Brian Boland again. So we've got Camelot 3002, 3000, Camelot 3003, 4. I don't know much about this series. This is a nice cover. 5. It's my favourite cover so far. 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all with DC. 10, 11, and then finally the box is empty. That is it. That lot, all that lot, I got for, I paid 46 quid, 20%, so 20% of 46 is about 6 quid. So I paid just over 50 quid for that lot. Well, I think I got my money's worth. Thank goodness that guy got caught out, because I suspect if he'd been paying attention, I would have had to bid at least another 100 quid for that lot. Yeah, so and I did win another lot. It was one of the other 3 lots that I went there to get. I didn't get it at the bargain price. I got this one, but I think when you see it, I probably cleared more money on the one I paid £160 for. £160, 20% of 160. So what's that? 84. It's about 30 quid. I paid about 190 quid for the other lot. But when you see it, there's at least one comic that pays for the whole lot. I will put that video up before the end of the week, so you can have a look. Otherwise this video would be too long. Let's go and sort out my new camera and see if it has worked. That's your lot. See ya again soon.